Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us for Access City Council. I'm your host, City of Las Vegas Communications Director David Riggleman. Coming up on this show, a look inside some facilities dedicated to the health and wellness of our residents. And the first in a series of town hall meetings is held aimed at ending human trafficking. Here to discuss these topics and much more is the councilwoman who represents Ward 2. You know who it is, Victoria Seaman. Welcome back to the program.
Thank you. It's great being back. Very good. Thank you.
It's hard to believe we're like moving right into September and off we go. Wow.
Yeah. It's amazing.
It goes by fast. It goes by fast. Well, you've not let any grass grow under your feet. It's been very busy, and we're going to talk a lot about that. You know Ward 2 very well. I happen to live in that same ward as well. For those of you out there not exactly sure where Ward 2 is located, well, don't sweat it. We're going to show you right there on the map. Basically, it's the area roughly west of the Rainbow Curve. If you live out in that area, of course, you're in the city limits of the city of Las Vegas. And if you're a resident, then you're represented on the city council by Victoria Seaman. And that ward growing like crazy. We always say this out to the west. They're out west of the 215. So
growing like
it is
crazy.
A lot going on, and a lot going on in the ward. So we're going to just jump right in here and cover some of this. One of the things that you've done, Councilwoman, since you've been on the city council is try to raise awareness of health-related issues, not only physical health, but mental health, and also for people who are fighting addictions. Exactly. Yeah. So along that line, I know you're very pleased. You had posted this on Facebook. You said, "Today I toured the new Las Vegas Health and Wellness Center at the Courtyard Homeless Resource Center. We're very glad to partner with Nevada Health Centers to provide needed services." And of course, this is in our Quarter of Hope in the downtown area, but of course it serves a very large segment of Las Vegas.
And I think it's a big game changer for the unhoused. It will completely change things. They will be able to utilize the facility and get some of the needs met that they haven't been able to in the past.
The Courtyard is something that we started as a low barrier shelter for people who are unhoused. It's grown. We've added, and of course this latest component now is this health and wellness center, which is really more or less a medical facility for all intents and purposes, right on the Courtyard. So
right there, so they can utilize those services as needed and not wait.
Right, and so very important. So many people that are living on the street, they have a variety of health issues that they're contending with, and so this is going to help hopefully get them steered onto the right path to maybe getting better physically, perhaps
and
mentally,
yes.
and then maybe get them into some housing and into a more secure situation for sure. And then, Councilwoman, along those very same lines, you posted this on Facebook. You said, "I want to thank Jeff Iverson of Crossroads of Southern Nevada for giving me a tour of their facility. They're doing fantastic work in the fight against mental health and substance abuse disorders and problems facing our city." So again, this has just been something that you've tried to raise awareness of since you've been in office.
Yeah, and Jeff Iverson has done an amazing job with Crossroads. And they also have a nonprofit, Shine a Light, which goes out into the tunnels, which goes out into the field, and actually brings people to the facility. And I think that's so important because then they know that people care enough, these nonprofits, to come out and help them, because they're not always going to think just to go find themselves a facility, especially when you are have addiction or mental health issues. So I'm was so impressed with this group.
Yeah, and so many people who are living on the street, who are unhoused, have addiction issues, have mental health issues.
It's the majority of people who are out.
Obviously, some people have just had a stroke of bad luck. They've lost their job. Maybe their marriage has fallen apart. Something along those lines. But most of the time, people who are chronically homeless are people who have addiction or mental health issues.
And it's great to know that we have these great facilities and that now they've taken that extra step with the nonprofits to go out and bring it to the folks out there.
Yeah, and take an active role in trying to
bring them in, and help them.
Bring the mountain to Muhammad, if you will.
We have a great community.
Yeah, we really do.
Yeah.
Such an important work, because our homeless population, unhoused population in Southern Nevada, like any city of our size, it just tends to grow.
It does, and I think we've done amazing things to slow it down.
Yeah. Well, good luck to everybody at Crossroads of Southern Nevada. Glad that you highlighted them, because it fits right in with what we were talking about with our homeless courtyard. And Councilwoman, you had a huge event since you've been on the program last time. This was very successful. You posted this on Facebook. You said, our human trafficking awareness event was a huge success. It's crucial to highlight this issue, especially with Las Vegas being ranked as the #2 city in the United States for human trafficking. And this is one of the things I think a lot of people are shocked to hear for the first time. I think those of us who've been here in Las Vegas understand this is a growing issue, but we had a huge turnout here. There's 150, 200 people turned out for this.
And I think because, as most of us, as a leader, I didn't even know we were #2 ranked in cities across the U.S. And I think the first step to eradicating it or getting a hold of it is awareness. And so it was really important for me to bring that awareness to the community, especially those that have small children that are being groomed. And that's actually the movie that we show is Groomed. And we have decided to bring this event all over the valley because it's important to bring parents out and to let them know that this is happening to children.
And how it works, how the process works. That was at Veterans Memorial Leisure Services Center, which is out in Ward 2, obviously.
Yes.
But you're planning others
in Henderson,
another one out in
with
Henderson.
Councilwoman Carrie Cox. Her and I are joining forces, and we're going to have an event.
Keep the message out.
We're going to. It'll be all over social media once we get the flyer up, and everyone's welcome to come and attend, because it's just important for us to get the word out.
Speaking of social media, I think one of the things highlighted in your meeting and in the movie you talk about, and what the experts are talking about, is how social media is used to groom the kids.
Exactly.
And online chats and all kinds of things like that, to lure young people into what becomes human trafficking.
Yes, it was the detectives at the meeting. We have detectives there who talk to the parents and answer questions. And it was they who said, we used to worry about our children being outside. Now we have to worry about them being inside because of computers and phones and social media. So I think that this is really going to help parents to understand what is happening in the
Councilwoman,
community.
you also had mentioned something to me earlier as well, that the grooming of kids for human trafficking, I guess in my mind, it's like, well, they're trying to groom young girls, but you were saying it's grooming both boys and girls.
Absolutely. It's equally, they're trying to groom both. And, you know, the United States is the biggest consumer of sex trafficking, so it's really, really important that we protect the children and make sure that our children are not for sale.
And when you have 40 million tourists going through a place in a given year from all over the world, makes it all the more difficult to try to get a handle on that.
But we are going to get a handle on it.
We are, and we're making strides. You know, we should say too, Councilwoman, that our very own fire department here, one of our paramedics on our fire team here at Las Vegas Fire and Rescue, began a program to teach other first responders what to look for when it comes to human trafficking.
That's amazing.
And this is cutting edge. This is something that we're doing that very few other cities have even contemplated. And now he's not only teaching first responders in Southern Nevada what to look for, but first responders around the country.
That's great.
What to look for. So
that's very important.
Right in line with what you're talking about. So, well, more to come on all of that. It's something that we really need to pay attention to here in Southern Nevada. We were saying we really want to see Las Vegas. That's one list we don't want to be near the top.
We do not.
We want to be way down the list. So,
and we can do it.
We can do it. We'll move that needle exactly right. So, and Councilwoman, this is nice. On another note, you had posted this today. I did a meet and greet with the USA Artistic Youth National Swim Team, made up of elite members from across the country, to wish them good luck before they head off to Athens, Greece, to compete in the World Championships. And You've got, are they out of the Leisure Veterans Memorial
Yes,
as well?
yes.
All these great swimmers coming out of that pool
That's
there. That's
one
incredible.
list we're number one on.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to say we're number one on swimmers because we have our sandpipers who
Yeah.
are amazing and went to the Olympics.
Yeah.
And now this great team right here from Las Vegas was going to Greece to compete in World Championships for synchronized swimming.
Okay.
And let me tell you, they are fantastic. And if anyone out there is interested in synchronized swimming, they can go to Veterans Memorial and watch these teams practice and maybe get their children involved. But we are number one in swimming, and I'm so proud of our coaches and our teams, and it's a good list to be on.
What is in the water out there, Councilwoman?
I don't know.
It breeds winners. I don't know what it is. It's something that they were putting in that pool. But
I'd like to think it's our wonderful coaches on the sandpipers and the synchronized swimming because they're just so dedicated to those children.
Well, the sandpipers that Councilwoman's referring to not only went to the Olympics last time around, but they won medals. They won medals.
Yes.
Both men and women.
That's
and
correct.
now this other team is now competing in synchronized swimming at the world level too. That's just amazing. The talent, not only that is in Las Vegas, but practices at that same location.
Yes.
So,
yes.
it's funny how that works.
They'll practice around the valley, but they do a lot of it
out at your place.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, congratulations.
Hence why we're doing a new pool.
Yeah, there you go. That's right. We've got to expand. Talk about that a little bit.
Oh, I'm really excited. We ended up getting SNPLA money, and we are going to be building a new pool over there. We'll have 2 pools. We need it.
We really do.
Because we have tournaments that come to Las Vegas, and it brings in a lot of economic diversity. And it's just so important to, if we have the swimmers and they're competing at this level, that we have the facilities. So I was so grateful that we were able to acquire the money to do the pool.
Yeah, because we also just have people that just want to go and swim laps and stay in shape too, or just and do water aerobics and all the other things.
And we don't want to interrupt any of that.
No, we want to have that happen, but we also love these medalists.
So we have a new pool coming to Veterans Memorial.
That's great.
We're in the planning stages right now, but it should be built in the next couple of years, and I'm more than excited.
Councilwoman referred to SNPLA money, that's Southern Nevada Public Lands Management Act, and it basically says that any public lands that are sold in our area, that money stays in this area to fund recreational facilities primarily. Yeah, so that's awesome.
Yeah.
So stay tuned, and we'll have that pool up in no time.
In no time.
We'll keep our fingers crossed, so that's good. This is really cool too, Councilman. I got to do the same thing. You posted this on Facebook. You said, once again, Las Vegas is on the cutting edge of technology. Today I had the opportunity to tour the Vegas Loop, and of course we're talking about the tunnels underground with the Teslas that get you around town, right now around the convention area and over to Resorts World and that area, lickety-split. But soon that network's going to run under the entire valley, including the downtown.
Yes, I can't wait till it comes out to Summerlin. I know it'll be a few years, but you know, we were one of the first to do this in the nation. And this is what I love about Nevada. I mean, we are innovative. You know, we take chances on being the first, and it's worked out for us. And the ride was incredible.
Yeah,
and I
got to do the same thing, you know.
What did you think?
I was really impressed.
Me too.
I was really impressed. We zipped around. We went from the convention center to the main station to Resorts World, got over and back in just a matter of minutes. It was very warm that day. Of course, you're underground, you're in an air-conditioned car.
Notice,
You've got a driver, there's a driver in the car. And I thought maybe I'd feel a little claustrophobic, perhaps. Not at all, you know. It was a great experience. And I look forward to the day when maybe I can take that to the airport or someplace where I not have
from
to
our house in Summerlin, or to work.
Exactly.
To work.
Exactly.
Yeah, it'll happen.
It's and the safety aspect too. Some people have been very concerned about the safety, but you rode in it. I've been down there.
Very safe.
And yeah, there's all types of emergency exits. The drivers are trained because not only do they have to drive the cars forward, they have to be able to drive the cars backwards in case they needed to back out of the tunnel as well. So.
Very well trained.
Yeah. So it was a good experience.
Very good.
Pretty soon, I think a lot of people are going to be riding that.
It's going to be wonderful for the environment.
Yeah,
at some
exactly,
point.
exactly. Get those cars off
Yeah,
the road,
that's right.
as many vehicles as possible, and ride underground would be great. So. And then, Councilwoman, you posted this on Facebook. This is great. You said, today I had the privilege of providing certificates of recognition from the mayor and the Las Vegas City Council to the graduates of the Heart and Soul Hospitality Program. This training will give them a bright future in the hospitality industry. And of course, hospitality is in the middle name of Las Vegas, right? And
another nonprofit.
Yeah.
Another nonprofit that gives an opportunity to those who may have not had the opportunity. And so I am always grateful to be invited to learn about more nonprofits that are doing great things in the community, and this is one. This woman who started it has a heart of gold and just wants to help people succeed.
Yeah, especially in an industry that is so integral to our city. So the training is it around like front desk? Is it around?
It's mainly around culinary.
Culinary work,
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, that's great.
It is great.
And you can use those skills at home, too.
Absolutely. I need to take one of those courses.
Exactly. Sounds pretty good to me as well. Yeah, it wouldn't be bad at all. Well, good luck to all the graduates. Hopefully they'll all land good jobs right here at home.
Oh, they will.
Stay close
Yes,
to home and continue Las Vegas success through their own success.
Yes.
And then, Councilwoman, very similar, you did this too. You posted this on Facebook. You said, today I provided certificates to the graduates of the Fatherhood Project. This program offers education, mentorship, and resources to fathers to rebuild bonds with their children and nurture strong connections. So tell us more about this organization.
Well, this is a great organization. As you can see, that's Pastor Hatch right there. He's kind of well known in the community.
You guys are here at City Hall. Yeah.
And this program really educates men on reuniting with families, no matter if it was maybe they got themselves incarcerated or whatever the situation is, or maybe they just didn't have custody of their children, but it gives them those skills to rebuild the bonds. And you know, again, we have so many great nonprofits in this city.
We really do.
I mean, we are a city that really cares about all these different issues that that people are struggling with, and so I love this program. It's near and dear to me.
Yeah, how special too if you've got a situation where there's maybe been a bond, a break between father and children, to be able to rebuild that.
Yeah, and giving you the skills to rebuild that.
Exactly, so that it isn't just a flash
key.
in the pan.
Yeah,
exactly. So that was at a city.
And the mayor was there.
Yes, she
was. So
was.
this is a group that she's been really involved with.
Yeah.
Pastor Hatch was telling me. I said, oh, you know, the mayor doesn't usually go out on a Saturday. I haven't seen her. But he said that she's been very involved with that group. So I think it's just a wonderful group.
I think she does go out on Saturdays a lot.
Does she?
She's got a lot of, her calendar's like yours. She's everywhere.
Well, I'm not at the same place with her.
Exactly, maybe that's it.
And he really explained how important this was to her, and that she has been involved with it.
You both have been involved in Hope for Prisoners and those organizations, so that's great. That's a wonderful program. Obviously took place at City Hall. And then, Councilwoman, at a council meeting at City Hall, you also recognized the women of the Metropolitan Police Department.
That's correct.
Our very own Sasha Larkin, too, one of our favorites.
She was one of the core women who started the Women of Metro. And it's just a great group. They do so many great things in the community, and, you know, women working together to give back.
Yeah.
And so I thought it was important to recognize them. And then you see Captain Michelle Tavares there.
Yeah, Captain Tavares. It's funny, women in law enforcement was a rare thing, not so much anymore, and now they're in leadership positions as well.
Yep,
so,
she's the assistant sheriff now. Yeah,
a lot of responsibility. Sasha Larkin has been a guest on this program in the past. She was the Summerlin area commander.
That's correct.
Out when she was a captain. And she just keeps moving up.
Keeps moving up. Pretty soon she'll be sheriff.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. When Sheriff McMahill decides maybe to hang it up, she might be a great candidate, possibility for sure. So you honored them at council. That was really great. And I know it was very special for them, too, to get that recognition from the mayor and the city council and from you. And then you also did this, Councilwoman. Councilwoman, speaking of recognition, you posted this on Facebook. You said, it was great to see so many good friends at today's Men of Freedom Pastors and Leaders Luncheon. It was so inspiring to be around so many people of faith and hear about their passion for improving our community. Tell us more about this organization.
So the luncheon is sponsored by the city, and this is we had it at the building at City Impact, and pastors gather together with different groups and talk about what's going on in the community. And I met another gentleman here who's a pastor, this man right here, who's involved also with anti-human trafficking. So it was a good networking group just to see how many people care about giving back to the community.
Yeah, that's been the theme here today.
It is the theme, and it's something that's really, really exciting for me to see all these different groups and learn about what they do and get involved with them.
Yeah, and that was a city-sponsored event on top of everything else. That's awesome. Yeah. Well, good for them. And man, you were everywhere, because then you also posted this on Facebook. You said, I want to thank my good friend Pam Phan, a Miss Senior Asian Pacific Islander Ambassador, for inviting me to attend the Las Vegas Vietnamese Lions Club's 7th annual Installation of Officers and Award Ceremony.
Lions Club. I didn't know much about Lions Club, but I guess they have chapters everywhere in every community. And again, once again, groups that give back to the community. That's, what they do. And it was nice seeing so many different people involved in the Lions Club. Yeah, Lions Club had a long history of philanthropy, a variety of things they support, not only in Las Vegas, but really, I guess, across the world, too. So, been around for a long time. Yeah, a long, long time. They have, annual or not annual, they have weekly or monthly gatherings, meetings and stuff like that, and do a lot of networking and things. But they also do, I think sometimes people associate, well, that's primarily their focus, but they do a lot of philanthropic work. That's what they do. It's exactly what they do. Well, good stuff all the way around. Well, you were busy, and now you've got some things that are upcoming that we want to tell people about, so you don't want to miss this. You're doing a business roundtable. Yes, it's my first business roundtable. Well, I do the weekly Small Business Saturdays. Very successful. Yes, and we thought it would be good to bring a lot of these businesses together to network. And we have a wonderful speaker, Ken Heck. He's the owner of Chinglish. Oh, yeah. But he also is involved with finance and investment. And so he's going to be our main speaker. And so all business owners are invited. Just RSVP, and we're going to have a wonderful lunch. And it's Wednesday, September 13th. Yeah, please come out, everybody. As Councilwoman said, if you're interested, you're a small business owner there in Ward 2, let us know you're coming. It's going to be from 11:30 to 1 that day. Chinglish is right there on West Charleston, kind of between Durango and Rampart. And Councilwoman, speaking of staying connected and networking, we don't want to forget the Breakfast Buzz and Ward 2 Biz. Ward 2 Biz. Yeah. This is a great time for people to come, have breakfast with us, break bread, and tell us about their issues. We have the marshals there. Captain Lepore from the Summerlin Command Center is usually there to answer questions, and I'm there to answer questions. And this is the best time to come and meet your neighbors. Yeah, very informal, meet you, talk about issues. September 23rd, we should tell everybody, September 23rd, 9 a.m., Veterans Memorial. Veterans Memorial. Have to do it there now. This has become so popular, everyone. Of course, there's food, there's breakfast at this. It's become so popular that we outgrew all the restaurants and had to go to a bigger facility. But RSVP. Please let us know you're coming. So we have enough food. Exactly. There is food, but if you don't tell us you're coming, there may not be enough food. Right, so exactly. We want to avoid that. So this has been great. You do this every month, and it's just been bigger and bigger. Yes, and I get to meet all the constituents. So again, everybody, September 23rd, 9 a.m., Veterans Memorial Leisure Service Center out in the heart of Ward 2. That's always a great event. And then, Councilwoman, it's time again to do this, a big, successful event. Art in the Park is back, My favorite, my absolute favorite. And you got to come. Yeah, it's near my house. It's literally a stone's throw. You can walk. I could easily, very easily. And it's so much fun. Jazz, music, food trucks. We have so many different artists, you know, whether it's they make their own clothing, jewelry, art, different mediums of art. I've never seen so many different mediums of art, you know, the way people create art. And so it's a lot of fun, and it's grown every time we do it. We do it twice a year now. I think we're on our, what are we on, our third year or fourth year? I'm not sure.
Yeah, 2 times a year.
2 times a year.
Spring and fall.
Very successful.
That's coming up September 30th, I believe.
September 30th.
September 30th.
Bruce Trent Park.
Bruce Trent Park from 10 to 4 that day. Bruce Trent Park, everyone, is the park where we do the farmers markets as well, right there at Vegas and Rampart. Great little park. Tennis courts are there. It was recently renovated with all the playground equipment.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Plenty of space.
Beautiful.
And a nice walking path that goes around
nice
it.
Playground.
Yeah, great playground.
And I want people, if they want a booth, just contact my office.
Yeah. I'd love to have you come out if you're an artist, got some stuff you want to show off.
A lot of local. It's it's all local artists, I should say.
And to your point, you get artists that do a little of everything, from painting to sculpture to wood carving to you name it. And people are always selling good food and stuff out there too, you know. So
and good music.
Yeah, good music as well. So, in September 30th, the weather should be great usually in Las Vegas. So you know, so that's the best time of the year here. Whew, I'm tired just talking about all this
I'm
stuff.
tired now too.
Well, great job, Councilwoman. Councilwoman, we want to tell everybody out there, we always want to hear from you. So if there's something you'd like to share with Councilwoman Seaman, you can find her on Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. You can also just pick up the phone. She'll take your call as well, 702-229-2420, or send her an email. Her address is ward2@lasvegasnevada.gov, and she or one of her great staff will get right back to you. And so, and RSVP, if you're going to come to that business roundtable, please RSVP.
Absolutely.
You can use that contact information. Well, Councilwoman, great job. We'll have you back in 6 weeks with another update from Ward 2. It'll be here before we know it. It'll be well into the fall by then.
Absolutely.
So, all right. Well, good having you on the program. We'll see you next time around. Folks, don't miss our next show beginning on September 14th with Ward 5 City Councilman Cedric Creer. You can now catch all of our KCLV shows on Apple TV, Roku, and Amazon Fire. Also, watch for our QR code during the closing credits of this show to download and subscribe to our newsletter. And don't forget, you can watch us live on the internet at kclv.tv. Thanks for joining us, everyone. We'll see you next time around.